And sharing details of the seizure of more than 80 vehicles illegally headed to
Ferrari 458 Italia worth $280,000.
If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station and you'll be using the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? All right. Deal with this officer for me right here. All right. Damn.
Because this story wastes no time pulling you in. We open with real law enforcement audio, seizures, and confusion before luxury suddenly enters the frame. A Ferrari worth hundreds of thousands flashes by, and immediately you know this isn't normal courtroom drama. This is high stakes. The moment Tank's name drops, the tone shifts. This isn't gossip. This is federal attention. From the first minute, the setup tells you something big is about to unravel, and it won't end clean.
The right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law, and the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Now the gravity of the situation becomes impossible to ignore. Reports start detailing guns, stacks of cash, and surveillance footage tied directly to Tank's private garage. This isn't about flexing wealth anymore. This is about possession, access, and intent. Federal agents don't raid for curiosity. They move when they already believe a line has been crossed. The commentary makes it clear, this discovery opens doors that never close quietly.
Champion boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations.
This is where law meets legacy. The warrant wasn't random, and it wasn't sudden. It's connected to prior legal issues and unresolved questions that never fully disappeared. Commentary here sounds frustrated, almost angry, suggesting Tank leaned on technicalities for too long. The law followed procedure, but patience has limits. This segment frames the raid not as bad luck, but as consequence finally catching momentum.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Let's rewind because context matters here. Tank Davis has never lacked talent, but controversy has always circled him. The 2020 viral arrest wasn't a rumor, it was public, documented, and damaging. Fans defended him then, saying he'd grow. This part reminds viewers that growth never really came. When the same headlines repeat, excuses start sounding hollow, and sympathy wears thin.
We pulled up to Tootsie's and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
The list keeps growing, and that's the problem. Jail time, assault allegations, and a hit and run that injured people aren't minor blemishes. These are moments that define how the public sees you. This section stacks incident after incident, leaving little room to argue coincidence. The message is clear: at some point, accountability stops being optional.
You know, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
He did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your that's it, basically.
This is where things cross a dangerous line. A civil lawsuit alleges abuse, kidnapping, and assault, and it isn't vague. There's talk of video, witnesses, and public locations. That changes everything. This isn't hidden behind closed doors. This is behavior allegedly carried out without fear of consequences. This part deepens the concern and raises serious questions about control and judgment. Listen closely to the reactions here. Fighters and insiders aren't defending anymore. They're distancing. The tone isn't shock, it's disappointment. That's important. When peers stop making excuses for you, the industry has already moved on emotionally. Respect fades quietly before it disappears publicly, and this moment shows that fade in real time.
1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money you got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in the gym for hours, and you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making $500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
The contrast here is striking. Exotic cars, rare builds, and endless luxury fill the screen. On paper, this is success. But paired with everything else, it feels empty. The commentary doesn't accuse, it questions. When you've already escaped poverty and secured wealth, why keep courting chaos? This moment exposes how lifestyle can mask instability instead of healing it.
The Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done, period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing, he's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
This is where the story turns truly dangerous. Illegal gun parts, massive unregistered cash, unknown substances, and suspicious footage aren't just red flags, they're triggers. Triggers for deeper investigations, broader charges, and harsher outcomes. This section carries real weight because if even part of it is proven, boxing becomes irrelevant. Freedom becomes the real fight.
Let's see how well I tame him.
The big question here is, that rematch versus Gervonta. All that kept on going back and forth. It was supposed to happen in August. It didn't happen. Then now his exhibition fight. So where's that leave us right now? You think we're going to get that rematch fight versus Gervonta after this fight?
Who knows? He said he's retiring. I think he's scared. So if he's going to retire, I believe he's going to retire.
You think he'll retire after the exhibition match?
I think so.
Why do you say that?
Because he's scared.
This part hits emotionally because it feels unnecessary. Tank already won financially. The numbers don't lie. Interest alone could fund a quiet life forever. That's why this feels like self-sabotage, not survival. The commentary pushes viewers to confront a harsh truth. Sometimes people don't lose everything because they lack options, but because they ignore them.
I bet you love that. Hey, hold that real hard. How much is that? Hold that real. Hey, you'll learn one day when you grow up. That ain't what it really is about, brother. Yes, you're gonna find out the hard way. Straight up, the hard way. You're gonna learn the hard way. You're gonna learn the hard way.
Now the conversation shifts inward. Insiders openly question whether Tank still loves boxing. The passion looks gone. The discipline looks forced. When fighters lose hunger, everything else follows. This section reframes the chaos, suggesting the legal trouble may be a symptom of a deeper mental checkout that started long before the raid.
Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his fourth or maybe fifth allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacement.
The criticism sharpens here. Words like fear, avoidance, and retirement get thrown around without hesitation. Whether fair or not, perception becomes reality. Once fans believe a fighter is dodging competition, legacy takes a hit that money can't fix. This part shows how silence and uncertainty do more damage than losses ever could.
All right, so the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned.
Notice the reaction when the raid breaks. No one is shocked. That says everything. The boxing world reacts like this was overdue. This moment confirms that doubts existed long before headlines did. When confirmation replaces surprise, it means trust was already gone. And once trust is broken, rebuilding it is nearly impossible.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
Now the consequences turn financial and public. The Jake Paul fight collapses, Netflix removes names, and millions evaporate instantly. This isn't about boxing skill, it's about brand risk. Big platforms don't wait for verdicts. They move early. This segment shows how fast opportunity disappears when controversy outweighs value.
I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
Silence dominates this moment. Networks quietly remove content. Sponsors hesitate. No statements, no support. This is what being labeled radioactive really means. You're not cancelled loudly, you're avoided quietly. In boxing, that isolation often signals the end long before any official announcement does.
What changed? What made you trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like say you got a spark today. Okay.
The fall described here is brutal. From future of boxing to unanswered questions and awkward interviews. Even Floyd's silence feels intentional. This part carries sadness more than anger. It reminds viewers that talent can build fame, but discipline and stability are what sustain greatness. Without them, decline is inevitable.
The exhibition match with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
The federal reality sets in fully here. Serial numbers, fingerprints, financial tracing, multiple labs involved. This is process, not speculation. The defense hints at shared access, but ownership matters. When property is in your name, responsibility follows. This segment makes clear that if links are confirmed, outcomes escalate quickly and severely.
My journey's crazy. That's why I said that. Yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone, and all the stuff that I went through, preparing me for where I'm at today. You know, that Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do to take us the rest of the way. And this is his take us the rest of the way fight.
This is the closing chapter, and it's heavy. Fame, pressure, trauma, and unchecked success collide all at once. Whether Tank clears his name or not, the damage is already done. Boxing doesn't wait, and fans move on fast. From Netflix headliner to federal uncertainty, this is a cautionary tale written in real time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.